Have you ever said something to a woman and instantly saw her eyes light up? That moment when everything shifts, her posture, her energy, her attention, it's like a switch flipped. I'm going to tell you exactly what I said that caused it, and how a Stoic mindset helped me get there. But first, let's get real. Last year, I was at a bar, talking to a beautiful woman, and honestly, I was bombing. She was bored, I knew it, and I felt that tight, awkward tension. Then I said one thing, just one simple phrase, and everything changed. She leaned in. She stayed. For 3 hours. What did I say? Stick around because I'm breaking down the 6 things younger women love to hear, especially from a man who lives with presence and intention. This isn't about tactics or trickery. It's about genuine connection, built on the Stoic principle of living with virtue and awareness. Let's get into it. 1. I noticed that about you. In Stoicism, we are taught to observe clearly. To see people as they are, not as we imagine them. Younger women are often surrounded by shallow compliments. But when you notice something specific and real about her, something beyond the surface, it hits different. Say something like, I noticed you light up when you talk about your photography. You always make sure everyone has water before eating. That's really thoughtful. This isn't flattery. It's recognition. You are saying, I see who you are, not just what you look like. And in a world full of noise, being seen is rare and powerful. But here's the Stoic caveat. Only say it if it's true. False praise is manipulation. And that's the opposite of virtue. 2. That's a really good point. I hadn't thought about it that way. Younger women, especially smart, driven ones, are often dismissed or talked over. But when you listen with the intent to understand, not to win, you are showing intellectual humility, one of the most overlooked strengths of a Stoic man. Try saying, that's an interesting angle. I hadn't considered that. You just made me rethink my take on that. This isn't about agreeing just to be liked. It's about being open. Stoics pursue truth over ego. So if someone, regardless of age or gender, makes a valid point, acknowledge it. Respecting her perspective builds connection and shows you are confident enough to learn from others. 3. I respect the way you handled that. Respect is the foundation of any Stoic relationship. Younger women are often underestimated. When you recognize how she navigates the world with strength, it resonates. Example. A woman calmly shuts down a pushy salesperson. Say, I respect how you handled that, firm but respectful. Why does this work? Because you are not reacting to what she looks like. You are responding to how she shows up, her composure, her decisions, her strength. This is how a Stoic praises, not for charm, but for character. 4. I'm really enjoying our conversation. In a distracted world, presence is a rare gift. The Stoics were all about being here, now. So when you say, I'm really enjoying this conversation, talking with you is actually refreshing. You are telling her, this moment matters. I'm not waiting for the next thing. I'm with you. It's not a line, it's an observation. Say it when you feel it, not in the first 5 minutes. Let it come from a place of presence, not performance. 5. I admire your ambition. Younger women often face skepticism about their goals. But a Stoic man doesn't feel threatened by someone else's growth. If she's building a business, pursuing a degree, or chasing something big, acknowledge it. I admire how committed you are to that vision. Balancing all that takes real discipline. This positions you as an ally, not a competitor. You are not trying to fix her or overshadow her, you are respecting her path. 6. You made me think differently about. This is the most powerful phrase on the list. Because it acknowledges her impact not just in the moment, but in your worldview. Stoicism is about growing through wisdom, and sometimes that wisdom comes from unexpected places. Tell her. What you said about your friendships stuck with me. I've started making more time for one-on-one connection. Your view on sustainability actually changed how I think about daily choices. Be specific. Be honest. You are saying, you made me better. You influenced me. That matters. That kind of emotional and intellectual humility, rare and unforgettable. To recap, the 6 powerful things Stoic men say to create real connection. I noticed that about you. That's a really good point. I respect the way you handled that. I'm really enjoying our conversation. I admire your ambition. You made me think differently about. All of these are rooted in presence, attention, and respect. They are not tricks. They are reflections of a mindset that sees others clearly, acts with integrity, and values depth over appearance. Oh, and that phrase I used at the bar. I simply said, "You've got a really interesting perspective. It's actually making me rethink how I see that." Her smile said it all. Because real connection begins with real attention. If this video resonated, hit subscribe and let me know in the comments. Have you used any of these? Which one stood out to you most? Until next time. Live with purpose. Speak with truth. And see others clearly.